In today's age, we live in a world where too many people do not have principles, nor do they follow through with their words. All talk, no actions, no values, no integrity about themselves. And they are then left to wonder why they don't get far in life or why others don't respect them. In my early 20s, I was that person, living a life conformed by what others wanted of me and not having any sort of backbone or principles of how I wanted to conduct my life. So in this video, I want to share 3 lessons I learned from my experience on how building principles for yourself will get people to respect you more and at the same time propel you to levels that you thought were not possible. Remember this throughout the video: if you don't respect yourself, don't expect others to respect you. First, we need to understand what principle means. Principle is a moral rule or a strong belief that influences your actions. So to be principled means you have a set of beliefs that you believe in and conform to that, which has a direct impact on your day-to-day actions. This leads to the first lesson, which is your set of beliefs and core values. What are your set of beliefs and core values that you have for yourself, or do you have any? Without any beliefs or core values, you will be swayed left and right constantly and be lost. You will have no identity about you as an individual, and as a result, you will be following someone else's life path. This life path could be your friends, your family, or what society wants of you. In my early 20s, I had no set of beliefs or core values about myself. I would just do what I was told to do by family and friends and conform. I didn't push back, nor did I question it. I thought it was the right thing to do, and this is how you live your life the right way. You listen to them and just do what you are being told, and everything will be okay. But that's the problem. Everything was not okay. There was something in me that told me this is not right. This is not me. You are not a person who can live a life like this. Every time I was told to do things in a certain way, there was pushback inside me. I did not like it. My mind was not mature enough to understand what was going on, but I did understand my feelings and realized that the path I was on, where people were looking down on me, treated me like I was nobody, had no sane conversations, was not the path that I wanted to be on. It was not for me, nor did I like it. It became quickly apparent that things needed to change, and change is what I did. I said to myself, enough. I'm not going to let others treat me in a way where I feel stupid, dumb, or inadequate. I needed to change that narrative, and in order for me to do this, I needed to change myself first. The work has to start with me and no one else. I took full responsibility for this and put the blame solely on me. How can I expect others to treat me in a respectful manner if I don't respect myself? It will never work. I asked myself, what type of person do I want to become, and how do I want other people to see me in 20 years' time? This is not a short-term fling. This is a long-term strategic plan for the person I want to be. Based on this, I came up with my set of beliefs and core values that I truly believed in. Beliefs and values that I will follow through consistently on a daily basis. A few of them are: say what you mean and mean what you say. Always question things when it does not make sense. Follow through your actions no matter what. Stay hungry and consistent at your craft and never get complacent. Always strive to improve your character as a human being. Treat your body like a temple. The moment you start respecting yourself and the person you are, the moment others will pick up on this and will not mess you around. If you are struggling to come up with your core beliefs and values, start with these 4 steps that will get you thinking the right mindset. The first step is take some dedicated time for self-reflection. Find a quiet and comfortable space where you can think about your life, your experiences, and what truly matters to you. Have these questions by your side. What principles do I admire in others? What qualities do I strive to embody? What values do I believe are essential for living a meaningful and fulfilling life? Write down your thoughts and observations during this process. The second step is identify your personal priorities. What is it that you want to prioritize in your life? Is it your relationships, career, personal growth, health, spirituality? Determine which areas are most important to you and how they align with your sense of purpose. This will help you identify your values and principles that will guide your decisions and actions in those areas. The third step is examine your role models. Look for individuals, historical figures that inspire you and embody the values that resonate with you. What is it about these individuals that you admire and the principles they uphold? This will help you to provide insights into the values that you want to cultivate in your own life. The fourth step is to determine your boundaries. What boundaries do you want to establish in your life? This will help you to define what you are willing to accept and tolerate and what you are willing to not accept and not tolerate. Remember, your values and principles are unique to you. It's essential that you are true to yourself and you choose values that deeply resonate with you. Once you have identified your set of beliefs and core values, the second step is to follow through them. There's no point in you having values and principles if you can't follow through it. Remember, say what you mean and mean what you say. Most people say things, but they never follow through it with their actions. principles. As a result, they are seen as fake, phony, and unreliable. People respect those who stick by their words and follow through what they say they're going to do. It adds integrity to their words. When I identified my core values and principles, I stuck by them from day one. I said to myself, I'm going to leave the corporate world and start up this education business, and will do whatever it takes to make it work. Regardless of the struggles, rejections, and many unforeseen challenges that will come along the way, I will follow through what I said I was going to do. And so I did. There were many times where I doubted myself whether this was going to work or not, but because my core values and principles was to always follow through what I said I was going to do and stay consistent in my craft no matter what, I still carried on, I still pushed through, and I did not give up. I always remembered my values and beliefs and said, no, you are not going to give up. You are going to find a way and you're going to make this work. You are not going back on your word. You will follow through it even if the pain is too much. You will bear it, you will overcome it, and you will use the pain to propel yourself forward. You give up now and you will regret this for the rest of your life. You can never undo regret. So you are not giving up and you keep pushing forward. If I had given up, not only would I have not seen the business finally working and making revenue, but the worst of it is it would have broken me deep inside, knowing that I did not follow my values and principles. I would have devalued myself. That pain would have been too much. It's a deep pain, deep hurt, because I lied to myself. Looking back at it now, I'm glad I stuck by my principles. It gave me a path to go on, and I stuck on that path, eradicating all the noise from the outside world. When things don't go your way or everything feels overwhelming and you don't know what to think or how to think, your values and principles will be your guide to navigate you through all this noise that you are exposed to. It's an anchor to the path you need to take, and it will keep you on that path so long as you stick by them and you follow through it. If you see yourself wanting to become a leader of your family, someone who's going to protect and provide for their loved ones, have you got your things in order and you lead by example? Have you got your finances in order? That means setting up a spreadsheet on how you're going to manage your money and you know what your incomings and outgoings are. It means setting up financial goals you want to hit for you and your family. Are you there being able to solve problems when your loved ones and friends are going through difficulties? Are you being proactive in taking responsibility even though you don't feel like doing it, but you still do it because you know your word is your bond and you follow through what you say you're going to do? Are you firm with them when the occasion calls for it, but at the same time you provide them with empathy and love when they need it? If you see yourself as someone who wants to run their own business or want to progress in their career, are you doing something practically and executing on your plans as opposed to reading behind a book and computer and not taking action? Are you going out in the real world and experiencing rejections, setbacks, and challenges? Are you putting yourself in uncomfortable situations that the business or your career requires you to do so that you can get the breakthrough that you need? Do you hold yourself to your words and follow through what you say you're going to do? All these questions will allow you to follow through the values and principles you set for yourself. Because in order for you to become the person you want to be, you will need to do these things. As you do these things, your character will be molded and formed by these values and principles. When you stick by what you say, people will look up to you and say, this person is serious and he does not mess around. They will start respecting you because they can see your word means everything and you are not a person that is going left or right, but someone who's going on the straight path. Remember, your word is your bond. The third step is staying consistent in your core values and beliefs. For you to be respected as an individual, it's not enough for you just to follow through once or twice what you say. It has to become a lifestyle, a habit, where this is how you live your life on a daily basis. When starting and running the education business, I had so many people that were bringing me down, so many people that were laughing at me saying that I'm making the biggest mistake of my life. And I ignored them and I was staying consistent in my craft and being tunnel vision. But the fact is, the more and more they said I was not going to be able to do this, the more and more they were laughing and bringing me down, I kept using that as fuel. I said, okay, you don't think I'm going to do this? You don't think this is going to work? Don't worry, I will show you and I will prove you wrong. I said I was going to do this and no one else, so it's up to me to make it work no matter what. Let those people bring me down, let those people laugh at me, good, because I will use that as fuel to prove them wrong. And prove them wrong I did. The business started to do well and I was able to reap the dividends from it. The people around me who were completely against it at the beginning started to see the growth and how well it was doing. It's funny, they didn't have to say it, but I felt the respect in the air. I have been consistent in my craft for years and the results now speak for themselves. I did not need to say anything, my actions told the whole story. I had a lot of people say I have changed and it's not good that I've gone off a tangent. When people see what you are doing is consistent and you keep doing it day in, day out, the biggest compliment you can get is, whoa, you've changed, you're not the same person, what happened to you? And some people will not like that you have changed and will try and bring you down. They will make up some excuse that your change is not healthy or good. Ignore it. It's excuses they say to make themselves feel better because you brought up their insecurities. But what you can take from it is it's a compliment. The fact that they are saying you have changed means that you are sticking by your core values and principles, and you are becoming your own person. Not a lot of people are able to do that these days. They might not like the person you are becoming because of their own insecurities, but one thing that they will have, even if they don't want to admit it, is respect. Because they see you are going after your vision, your goals, and sticking by it no matter what. They see you are ruthlessly consistent at your craft and rock solid on how you conduct yourself. Your values and principles are respected, and in turn, they start to respect you. I will finish with this. Don't speak, don't talk, don't say a word. Let your actions speak for itself. Everything starts from zero. When are you going to start? Peace.